Alright. Hello, everybody. So, I don't really do this kind of thing a lot. This is kind of a new experience for me. But I wanted to make an update video and kind of like tell everybody how I've been doing, what's been going on with me in the last like year and a half. Like, I don't think a whole lot of people have been dying to know what I've been doing the last year and a half or so. Those who are really curious have already asked me at some point, I'm sure. But I wanted to get an update video out on my channel that's not as like worrying as my last one was. I still now and then get people comment on my last like personal update video and be like, dude, are you still okay? Like, are you alive in the year of our Lord 2020? And I do appreciate that, but yeah, I want to get something out there in this video that's hopefully a little more on the good news side of things. Like, I think I have more good news to report this time than I did on my last personal update. My first big new thing is I bought a bunch of new computer parts back in January. And I did a comparison video to show you how much better my computer runs now than it did a few months ago. If you'd like to see that happen, click here. Actually don't, because that'll just pause the video. If you want to not watch that comparison and don't want to spend that much time with me, click here. Skip to this time code here. Alright, welcome to the Harry Potter room. We're testing my computer. We're gonna see how long it takes to turn on.
It's called a benchmark, Jake.
Did the video start?
The video has started.
Okay, good. So I'm here with Chi-Chi in the Harry Potter room. We're gonna find out how long it takes my computer to turn on without the new solid state drive and CPU that I've ordered. I mean, I've got the CPU and the hard drive right here, but I can't use them until I get my new motherboard, which is probably tomorrow. So my computer is a little special. You can't just turn it on, actually. What I have to do first is unplug the mouse, because if the mouse is plugged in, when I turn it on, it won't get past the boot screen.
Is this a cheat code?
I guess. I mean, it's more like my computer is cheating me by making me do this every time I turn it on.
Oh, we need to start the timer.
Oh yeah, start the timer. Oh yeah, it does that sometimes too. It makes that really loud buzzing noise. Yeah, it won't get past this screen, this Intel boot up screen.
Okay, we started it way late.
Well, it's okay. I mean, we'll just have to like add like 7 seconds onto whatever the timer was at. I have to turn on this TV.
Is that part of it?
It's the other monitor.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now that it's past the boot up screen, that little Intel screen, I can plug the mouse back in. It's safe once it gets past that screen.
We're at the login screen, at least.
Oh shit, I'm failing the speed run then. Let me type in my password. Don't record that. No, don't. Stop.
Should be safe.
Okay. Now I can plug the mouse back in. Okay. So the goal is not just to boot up the computer, it's to launch Overwatch, because that is the game that probably takes longer to launch than anything on my computer. Oh shit, this is part 6 spoilers, don't look at this. This is my JoJo desktop that you can't see it because you're an anime only.
I'm not looking.
Okay, good. Don't look at all the characters. Just pretend they aren't there. In fact, let's turn this one off. Alright, so we're going to assume that I'm launching Overwatch with the intent to play it, meaning I can't just launch the game. First I have to go into my programs folder here and open Voice Meter, because if I don't have this program running at all times, my computer has no sound. Alright, here's my games folder, there's Overwatch. It's actually going like faster than I thought it would.
It's because it knows it's on camera.
Yeah, it thinks like if it performs a little better, then I won't replace the processor and the motherboard and all that. Oh look, there's the free version of Cave Story in my games folder. And there's Spelunky. Have you played Spelunky?
No.
That's another one we're gonna have to get to. Okay, we're starting battle.net. We're at a little over 2 minutes. Chi-Chi's back.
To be fair, Battle.net takes a while on my computer.
Oh, okay.
It's just not a very optimized piece of software.
Do you have an SSD also?
I do, but I don't have Battle.net installed on it.
So after we do this, I could just like put this SSD in. Like, I have a slot that I can do it.
Yeah, you'd have to install your OS and stuff on it, though.
Yeah. Gonna try to install Windows 10.
Chi-Chi, what are you doing?
She's inspecting. She's getting all her hair inside the computer because it gets everywhere. I feel like I always have at least one Chi-Chi hair in my mouth, no matter where I am.
It's a fact of life.
All right, still waiting on Battle.net here.
Your power strip here looks a little old.
It's fine. I mean, it works. It protects me from surges.
It's good.
I'm excited for this. This is like heavy duty. It's got some heft to it. Let's be a big fan. I hope I'm gonna be a big fan. Thank you. Take your waitresses. Hey, Chi-Chi. What do you have to say for yourself? Good dog.
We can actually probably use the time of the video.
That's true, yeah. I mean, I guess we didn't really need to do the phone thing. Once I am able to get this video on my computer, I can just look at the timestamps, but I don't know. This feels more authentic, I guess. So my friends placed bets on how long they think this is going to take. One of them said 10 minutes and one of them said 15 minutes.
Should I take a seat?
I mean, I don't know, you might need to get comfortable. So I think we should probably count the ending point as to like when I can click like play and like start searching for an Overwatch game. Because like the actual loading menu will take a while. Chi-Chi sniffing the trash. Hi, Chi-Chi. See, it's good to have an animal act to like break up the monotony.
Chi-Chi's butt is a weak spot.
Oh, she's licking the chair.
She's trying to eat it.
Alright, we just passed 5 minutes. Still waiting for Overwatch. So that's the thing with my computer in its current state. It'll look like it starts up pretty quickly, but it's a deception. It takes a long time for it to actually get anywhere.
This is rough.
It takes a long time for it to be like actually in a usable state.
I think Chi-Chi likes it up here.
Yeah, I mean, she runs up here every chance she gets. She likes to look out that window. One time she was up here and she even like started scratching at the window like she wanted to go out of it. We're on the second story in case anybody watching this can't tell.
Is that antenna?
Yeah, it's a
Really?
TV antenna.
That's cool.
Yeah, I haven't hooked it up to the TV here yet to see if it works. This is my first recorded video in this living space. This will be people's chance to see all of my mini closets. All 4 of them? Yeah, 4 of them in this room. This upstairs is haunted, man. I think the ghosts live in here.
Yeah.
Man, like... So I've had 3 spooky experiences in this, like, living space so far. So, like, there was that first day I was here cleaning, and, like, this door just started opening on its own when I was in the other room. And that was spooky. there was that other encounter I told you about where I woke up at like 4 in the morning and I was like dead certain somebody was walking through my room, and I even like turned on my phone flashlight and everything to see who the hell was in my room, and there was nobody there. It never happened. We made this one up.
And then the third?
Oh, the third, this was just like 1 or 2 nights ago, actually. Like, I woke up in the middle of the night and just like, I was just like so certain that my room was like mirrored, that like the door was actually like on this side instead of like out there, and like the window was on that wall. And it's so weird. It was just like a trick of the light or something, though, I'm pretty sure.
Sometimes when I wake up in a position that I didn't fall asleep in, I get super disoriented.
I mean, that's probably what it was. Chi-Chi's still here. She hasn't come bored yet.
Chi-Chi!
I'm glad she's entertained.
Oh, something happened.
Yeah, there was like some Razer software that I don't even use, like, pulled up on there.
We're at 9 minutes, 25 seconds.
Yeah, the timer on here is a little over 8 minutes. So there was like that 1 minute of intro time.
I mean, you boot up Overwatch, you go take a dump, you grab yourself a snack,
Yeah.
you get yourself a sody.
You're not wrong. That is how it usually goes. I mean, if I need to turn on my computer, it can never be in a hurry. Like, I turn it on in the morning, and then I'm just like, well, this will be ready to use by the time I'm back here in a few hours. A little pop-up just came up that said they have a Java update available. There's a little, like, black and white, or just this little white bar over here, and I'm not sure if that's anything. I don't know if that's, like, the beginning of Battle.net, or if it's just, like, another random, like, visual glitch. You saw that I did double-click on Chi-Chi. Look what you did. Why are you like this?
So her tail is like a hook. It'll just grab things, like cords especially.
I don't think it was even her tail. I think she just like stepped on a cord. What's the matter, Chi-Chi? What's the matter with you? Come here. I'm gonna grab you. Whoa. She hates this.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, there's Blizzard.
We got to the splash page.
Oh, she hates attention. This is your punishment for knocking down my microphone. Oh, we're at 10 minutes on the phone. I have to, like, make sure it doesn't go sleep mode. Alright, now there's another pop-up for the Razer Synapse software that I don't use. Okay, oh, there's the window. We have Battle.net. Little Chi-Chi hairs floating, like, on my atmosphere now.
I'm trying to brush her out, but she just regenerates.
Alright, I was able to hit the play button. I think I need to, like, keep a pillow on the floor right here, because this microphone falls down all the time. And this is not a very soft floor.
No, it's pretty thin carpet. This is rough, bro.
I know, right? Okay, Google. Oh, shit. Okay, Google. How many more minutes is it gonna take? It says 3 more minutes.
So, 15 minutes and 30 seconds is when we should be playing Overwatch.
Yeah, I think that's a conservative estimate. Hey, at least the game didn't have to update. I played the game 2 or 3 days ago, so I know it's updated. It says the game is running. think I introduced you in this video. Do you want to introduce yourself? Or be in it? At all? Okay, that's fair. I understand. Yeah, so we're gonna have a 500 gigabyte solid state drive. I can actually put this in right away, and my motherboard can take it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I want to tonight. Probably will. I'll probably try and install Windows 10 on it. And just have that there for when the motherboard gets here tomorrow.
Yeah.
That way I'll have it. I love this little like carrying case that the hard drive came in. It's like a box of bubble wrap that you can open and close.
That is really cool.
It's really high technology. I mean, it doesn't close exactly, but still. Bubble wrap has come a long way. Oh shit! What's happening? So I should tell the story of how this hardware has been coming to me. So like I ordered it on like the 22nd or 23rd. Today is the 28th. It was probably the 22nd that I ordered it, yeah. These two parts, we got to Murfreesboro, where we live, on like the 24th. And they sat in Murfreesboro for like 5 days. 4 days. 4 or 5 days. Until today when this got here. Still waiting on the other two parts, which started out in California and sat in California for about 4 days. They are currently in Memphis, and they're still supposed to be here by tomorrow. About how long of a drive is Memphis from here? Like 3 hours?
3 hours, yeah.
Yeah. So they can do it.
Yeah.
It's doable. I don't know. I mean, these sat in Murfreesboro for 4 days, so I mean, that might be kind of a challenge for them.
Well, didn't FedEx ship those to the U.S. Postal Office here?
Well, yeah, UPS did, but yeah, it was UPS tracking. And then yesterday I got the message, after it sat in Murfreesboro for 4 days, that they just dropped it off at the post office here. At like 3 p.m. yesterday, and said you guys deal with it. So, we are already long past Connor's guess as to how long this would take. He said 10 minutes. The absolute fool. And we're about to blow past my friend Jared's guess right now. 15 minutes. Honestly, my bet was in like the 20 to 25 range.
We're about to hit 16 minutes and 30 seconds on the phone.
Yeah, I hope my phone doesn't just like stop recording and say like, oh shit, this hard drive is super full. Look, an update. Is that showing up on the screen?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So some people would say, okay, Overwatch has launched. But no, I can't play it yet. Yeah, you hear the sound coming from the computer.
It sounds like an engine misfiring.
Yeah, that's the power supply. That was kind of the impetus for ordering all this new hardware. Like, I needed a new power supply, and I was like, yeah, what the hell, I'll just...
Oh, you can hit play.
Oh shit, this might be it. Yep, I can search for a game. Okay. Time. 16 minutes, 12 seconds. Well, plus about 7 because we forgot to start it at the beginning. So yeah, about a little over 16 minutes. That's what it takes from pressing the power button to being able to play a game.
Very good.
Alright. Now, we should do this again tomorrow when I have all the parts installed.
Yes.
If they're all here tomorrow. Well, we should do it again whenever everything is installed, however long it takes. Tune in next week
All right, end of video. Okay, we're filming.
Okay, good. It's just one guy. Anyway. Okay, here's the follow-up. Let's start the timer. I'm turning on the computer right now, and we're gonna see with my new equipment how long it takes to launch, to boot up, and start Overwatch.
This camera likes to refocus all the time.
I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure that doesn't matter. Okay, well, it's taking a minute. Uh-oh. Tough gaming. Get the tough gaming on camera. Show everybody the tough gaming. Did you get the tough gaming?
I got a little bit of it.
Okay, good. They need to. Oh shit! Hold on, I have to log in. I'm like speedrunning this now. I hope you didn't get my passcode on screen. I'll blur that out. That's fine. Okay, Overwatch.
Was it football 123?
It was password 123. Oh, here we go. Oh no, Discord is also starting up. Oh, here we go, launching. Yeah, there's Discord. Whoa, oh.
This is epic.
This is so epic right now. I can't believe how epic this is. Entering game. There. Time. Wow, that was a great comparison of before and after computer parts. Anyway, I have a new video out. As I am sitting and recording this one, that new video just came out today. But once I actually get this online, it'll probably be a day or two later, hopefully not more than a day. It's the review of part 1 of The Masters of Fighting, which I'm sure everybody thinks is amazing. Anyway, I wanted to talk about how like a lot of complications came up in the making of this video. If I look back over some screenshots that I took a day or two ago, I first talked about making this Masters of Fighting video in December of 2018, and you know, that's just the first time I mentioned it to people. I had been planning it before that. This, like, my first mention of it was like, what, 4 months after I did that big popular Fooly Cooly Progressive review. And it's been in the works kind of on and off since then. The thing is, like, at the same time, I was also talking about how I had several other videos in the works. I kind of got into like a creative jam where there were like 20 different things I wanted to make and I couldn't settle on a single thing to focus on and work on. But this one was the one that I believed in the most, and so that's kind of what I pressed through on. A couple of other things. There is a tweet on my Twitter account. I rarely use Twitter, but there's a tweet about the Masters of Fighting video from July of 2019. That was the next update. You'll notice I made the comment I was waiting on a friend for a possible soundtrack. Furthermore, I uploaded a rough draft of the video, which was really like a finished version of the video. It had everything in it except the soundtrack and the thanks credits at the very end. That was all that I had not made. Then like a thumbnail. That's it. The thing with the music is, so after I uploaded the rough draft that was missing just those couple of things, I contacted 2 different friends, and you know, I sent the video around to like you know, just friends in general, but particularly to 2 people who I thought might be interested in making a soundtrack for the video, like people I know who are either musicians or like just proficient at music, I guess. And both of those people dropped off the face of the earth. I waited and like I was in communication with them, and they were like sending me pieces of songs, and sooner or later they both just stopped contacting me, and I don't really know why. But I mean, even when I was like keeping regular contact with them, it was like taking longer than I was hoping, you know. Like I was texting with them over a course of like months of like, you know, when are like I just need a few tracks. Can you get me just like a few minutes of music like at any time in the next weeks? And well, time went by from, you know, August of 2019 until now. I finally just broke down and said, well, I'm just gonna look on the internet for free music that won't get copyright stricken. I don't know what the proper terminology is, but anyway, I just did that. I just got some generic classical music, and that's the soundtrack now. It wasn't the ideal, but it just kind of got into this situation where, like, you know, nobody cares about this project as much as I do, so I just have to go forward making it as if I'm making it for myself. You know, for like a small YouTuber like me, I think that's kind of how I have to function, is just like, you know, making it up to my own standards, because well, it's a situation where, like, you'll hear a lot of people say this, like, this idea of I am my own harshest critic. I get that feeling a lot, and, like, I'm not even, like, a moderately big YouTuber at all, like, but I go through that a lot. I'll either not finish a video or not publish a video just because it's not up to my own standards, just because I don't feel very strongly about it. But anyway, I could talk for hours about the biz, such as it exists for somebody in my low position, kind of in the YouTube food pyramid. But, you know, I say I'm my own harshest critic, but also, like, over time I started to feel a lot of guilt about, like, people who started donating to me on Patreon right before I, like, dropped off the face of the earth myself, because I came out with that Fooly Cooly Progressive review, and that was, like, almost my biggest video ever, and it got me tons of new subscribers, and then just, like, nothing for such a long time. When I had to go and finish this Masters of Fighting video, there was that moment of trepidation where I'm like, oh god, I have to log into my Patreon page again and see all of these people that I have not been delivering the rewards to. And, you know, granted, the rewards are just basically being credited in videos, but still, there had not been any videos for them to be credited in. So basically anybody who has donated to me really at any point in the past got credited in that Masters of Fighting video, because I wasn't about to, like, spend that much time on my shameful Patreon page sifting through who donated before that video and who donated after that video. I just played it safe and credited everybody, and gave actual shout out to, like, everybody who was in the $10 tier. The only person I didn't credit in the last video was this guy Marcus Spear. He left a comment on my Patreon page saying I had better credit him in videos, but I couldn't find on my, like, donator history where he had ever donated. So if I'm just mistaken, thanks to Marcus Spear, this is your shout out if you did donate and Patreon just didn't tell me for some reason. Honestly, like, after like a year and a half of history, I wouldn't be surprised if there's somebody I'd missed. But anyway, I do sincerely thank everybody who has ever donated on there. I don't care if it's just for 1 month. I don't care if it's just a one-time thing. Like, I'm extremely grateful regardless. Except to this guy who wrote this in his exit survey. Maybe I'm not grateful to that guy. Anyway, I'm always like extremely grateful if anybody decides to donate to me in any way. If it's like a few bits on Twitch or like a PayPal donation or Patreon or whatever, I'm extremely grateful for all of that. I can understand if people don't want to like commit to a Patreon made by me, since I went dark for like a year and a half. That's totally understandable. I would definitely understand your trepidation, and I would probably have that same trepidation, but I'm hoping that I'm going to be uploading more in the future. I'm planning to. I am working on that. I do have more things in the works, but I'll get to that. I wanted to talk more about like the good news in this past year, because my last personal update was about like a roommate I had who didn't pay rent and like screwed me out of a ton of money. I've pretty much recovered from that. Like, that's fine. My financial situation is fine right now. For a couple years after that, I lived in an apartment with just a regular roommate. We didn't really know each other very well. He paid the bills and I paid the bills, and we didn't interact much, and it was fine. Totally fine living situation. About the beginning of January, right around the turn of the new year, I got moved into a new house. Like an actual house. It's not my house. I'm renting a couple rooms in the upstairs of my friend's house. He owns the place, and this is an even better living situation now. Yeah, I'm living with 2 people now. I mean, it's a pretty big house, I will say. It's a little haunted though. You see this like cabinet behind me. This is one of 4 in this room. We call them the demon closets because the upstairs of this house is without a doubt haunted. But anyway, I'm recording this on my webcam right now, but I'll try to edit in a like tour of my new living space, which you can watch right now. Click here. Click here for the timestamp on how to skip that part. Alright, so we are outside of my room right now. I won't be doing a full house tour because the full house is not mine to tour. But anyway, there's my coat rack. This door leads to the outside. Rather, this door leads to the downstairs. There's the bathroom right over there. Yeah, you don't really need to see that. I'm sure nobody wants to see that. Kind of looks like an animal might have chewed up a lot of the door down here, maybe, like destroyed a lot of that molding. My door looks kind of destroyed too, I don't know, but like it doesn't latch. You can just kind of like push it open. For that reason, I have this folding chair here. So, you know, when I close it back up, you know, I just take this chair and, yeah, well, put that against the door so that it doesn't pop open during the night, because that's known to happen if I don't prop a chair against it. Anyway, yeah, this is my room. This is my living space. It's pretty nice overall. I mean, this is like a bigger living space than I've ever had to myself in like my whole life. So yeah, bed over there. It's not quite up against the wall because it's easier to change the sheets that way. Let's see, I got a nice little convenient hook for my keys right there. A little the good, the bad, and the ugly. Got these. As you'll come to find out about my upstairs space here, there's a lot of inexplicable closet space. This window seat is pretty nice, but it's a lot less comfortable than it looks. In here, you know, I got all my board games, all that stuff. Good stuff in there. Just more closet space right over here, which is, you know, just has an assortment of things in there, nothing important, you know. Let's see. Video games, drone, anime, TV, antique writing desk, you know, the usual stuff. This love seat is amazing. I totally don't need to have a love seat like in my bedroom, but like this is the absolute coziest thing in the world. You wouldn't think it from looking at it, but you can sink so deep into this thing and just like get consumed whenever you're watching your animes or whatever it is you're doing. And yeah, this is just a closet space right here, you know. Clothing. Well, you can't really see because the closet light is broken. But, you know, clothing. Pretty normal stuff. And this door over here leads into what we affectionately call the Harry Potter room. Because it looks like the closet that Harry Potter would live in. You'll see that some portion of wall blocks the doorway. But yeah, this is where I've got my battle station. You know, it's not the fanciest, but you know, I've got a nice setup, I think. Ooh, bro, do you even lift? Oh, do you even lift, bro? Oh my god. Oh, put on your 3D glasses, bitch. It's coming at you. If you've noticed all my posters lying on the floor, it's because I've been trying to stick them to the wall with this sticky tack stuff, and they just keep falling off, especially in the middle of the night when I'm trying to sleep, and I think my room is even more haunted than it already is, so I just kind of gave up on those. More closet space right there. More closet space right there. And more closet space right there. Oh. Yeah, we call these are kind of like the demon closets. This is where the ghosts live. Because we're pretty sure the upstairs here is haunted. I don't know how well you can see it, but I'm pretty sure this is like the site of a murder here. Let's see, if you look at this wall, you can kind of see there's like a blood splatter there from somebody getting shot in the head. Kind of like trails down the wall. A lot of people rented this house before I and my roommate / landlord lived here, so who the fuck knows what happened. I'm sure we have all sorts of spirits and poltergeists living here. Boy, that was a good house tour. So anyway, what have I planned for the future so far? Well, I'd like to do more of the Masters of Fighting series, of course, obviously. It's a masterpiece, and there are like 20-something volumes of that, plus other associated works that I could also review. So that would be a lot of fun, I think. Honestly, I will be completely transparent and say I have not begun to write the script for part 2, nor have I taken photos for part 2, but that's still the project I feel the most passionately about. So that's the thing I'm most likely to keep working on. But it's not the only project. There's another one, something I had actually done a while back on my channel. Let me see real quick when the last upload was. Hey, so this is Future Truth taking over for a second. My recording software bugged out during my last update recording. So I was going to tell you, it was almost exactly 3 years ago that I last uploaded one of those 10 seconds of 100 NES games videos. And I have a fourth one completely finished, edited and rendered, ready to upload, just needs a thumbnail, and the only reason I didn't upload it sooner was because I wanted to get the Masters of Fighting Part 1 done first. I didn't want to just randomly upload this NES video and have people be like, is this all you've been doing this whole time? Anyway, back to your regularly scheduled update. Because the rest of it recorded just fine. But anyway, so I've got that fourth episode of that ready to go at any point. And honestly, I've got a fifth volume, like, 75% recorded and already like 25% edited. So I could definitely get some more of those out very soon. Those are a lot of fun to make. I know they weren't like the most popular thing on my channel by a considerable margin, but it's fun for me. And I would like to live by the spirit of, the idea that if it's fun for me, then, at least one other person is probably enjoying it. Like, if I'm not enjoying making the videos, then I know nobody else is going to be enjoying them either. So, like, you know, if I have fun making a video and nobody watches it, I still enjoyed the experience. Hi, sorry, popping in from the future again, because apparently there were multiple stretches of this recording that didn't record properly. I sat here for like 45 minutes recording this. Anyway, the missing piece this time is where I go through my whole channel and talk about every type of video I've done in the past, and whether or not I intend to do any more of that type of video in the future. Let's see where this goes. So, okay, Let's Play content. For the foreseeable future, I don't plan to make any more of that. You know, things like the Undertale full playthrough that I have on there, I'm probably not going to do a video like that again. I'm not going to be finishing the Banjo-Kazooie or Cave Story ones, or anything like that. Honestly, like, although those videos were, like, enjoyable to make, I don't really, like, feel that much satisfaction looking back on them. Like, I kind of felt like I was just uploading those to, like, have a consistent upload schedule, and not because I really felt passionate about uploading them. I felt like they just kind of were filler space on my channel, and I would much rather have a channel where, like, you can look down the list of my videos and see, like, almost entirely quality, like, important stuff, you know, if that makes sense. If you want, like, a big throwback on my channel, like the gameplay videos that I used to edit, you know, where it would be like me playing a game usually with friends, and I would just edit down to, like, the funniest or best parts. That's something I wouldn't mind returning to in the future, but again, like, it was not something that a lot of people cared to watch except for me and my friends. And even then, mostly not my friends, mostly me. But if you want to judge for yourself whether or not I should continue making something like that, the thing I loved most from that era was, like, my co-op Mario 64 playthrough. I thought that had, like, a ton of funny moments and just, like, great quality time. I still go back and rewatch that from time to time, honestly. Probably, like, more than half of the views on those videos are from me. If anybody's wondering if I'm going to do more video game reviews, particularly, like, roguelikes and roguelites, probably not. I know, kind of in that series, a lot of people wanted more Dwarf Fortress story videos. I'm not opposed to doing more of those. The only reason I haven't done more is that I don't have more Dwarf Fortress stories. And, you know, I'm not gonna, like, publish other people's stories in my own videos or anything. And frankly, I just haven't played enough Dwarf Fortress to have that much of a backlog of stories that I can, like, share anymore. In that vein, I feel like the Dwarf Fortress Let's Play series I did that was very short-lived, that was oddly popular. At least I say that because I don't like going back and rewatching those videos at all. Like, if I just watched those videos in a vacuum, I would feel like, wow, nobody's gonna watch this. Like, it's not something I would upload again if it, like, still... Like, if it was something that existed on my hard drive and, like, I never uploaded it, I wouldn't do it today. Just because I didn't think those videos were very good. If other people liked them, then, like, great. But I think if I did anything like that in the future, I would do something more edited, like something with more of a tutorial angle to it maybe, or just something where I'd, like, take longer than a week to kind of, like, ponder on events that transpire in each fortress, you know. I say something with a tutorial angle. I don't know if I want to do a full-on tutorial of Dwarf Fortress, because, like, if you've watched my Dwarf Fortress streams and stuff, you know I'm, like, not the most knowledgeable Dwarf Fortress player. I'm not really, like, an authority on it. The most I would be able to do is like a beginner's tutorial series. Kind of like what I did with Ilona, where I didn't get into any of the like super detailed gameplay elements. But that was another thing, like people also asked me if I was going to make more Ilona tutorial videos, and honestly, like, I have talked about everything in that game that I feel like I'm qualified to talk about. Everything else that people want to know about is like beyond my knowledge base. I would be just reading the wiki and then like summarizing the wiki article to tell you how to do it, which I don't feel like is a valuable use of anybody's time. If anybody's wondering if I'm going to do future anime reviews, I don't know if anybody's wondering that. That's like, maybe. There were honestly like 4 different anime reviews that I started when I was like really into that phase, and I didn't really feel strongly enough about any of them to finish them. I read the entire manga of Gantz, and I watched all of the movies and the TV series, intending to make a big long review about how it's the trashiest thing I've ever read. And even that I just like didn't end up feeling that passionately about. If there's any anime video I would definitely do, it's to finish out Robotech, because I watched the first 2 seasons of that. Again, everybody tells me the 3rd season is better than the 2nd one by far, and I would do that just for the sake of completion. The only thing now is I have to actually still watch that 3rd season. I have not watched it yet. One day in the future, I will. I don't know how far into the future, but maybe when that day comes, it'll ignite my desire to review more animes. Who knows? So those are the main things I've got planned for the channel. More Masters of Fighting, more NES marathons. If I get really ambitious with those, I would even branch out into other consoles like Super Nintendo and Genesis. Maybe more edited gameplay videos, I don't know. Maybe like edited compilations of like past streams of mine. Who knows? But speaking of streaming, this was something I meant to bring up like from the beginning. I had kind of like a soft New Year's resolution. It didn't really come about until I got the new computer equipment, which honestly it happened kind of abruptly because like my power supply was going bad. Like it had an outrageously loud fan that was like totally unbearable. But, you know, I didn't want to just replace my power supply. I was like, well, you know, I've been overdue for a new processor. Last time I replaced my processor was like, it was almost 7 years prior to the day that I installed the new one. But I was like, yeah, I need a new processor, but to get a new processor, I need a new motherboard. And, oh no, I got this new motherboard and it's not compatible with my old RAM. I had to go out to an electronics store and just buy the only compatible RAM that they happen to have. It has fucking RGB lights on it, if you can believe that, on RAM. My computer, before this upgrade, had approximately 0 lights inside. It had maybe like 1 blue light to tell you the computer was on. It went from 0 to a pride parade in 1 upgrade. It is loaded down with shifting RGB lights right now, and I can just see the power coursing through it. Anyway, the streaming related resolution I had set for myself was that I was just going to stream on my computer anytime I was playing a PC game, especially if I was just playing by myself. Because why not? Like, now that I have this equipment, I have that power. It used to be I only streamed like low intensity indie games and like retro games, kind of out of necessity. Because like I tried to stream another indie game, Noita, some time ago on the old equipment, and it was just like not good. But now I have the equipment. I can stream AAA games if I want to. I can stream like anything. Like I did like a test recording doing this with Overwatch, and it was using like less than 20% of my CPU, which was like unheard of in the past. So I can do that. I mean, if I'm just dicking around being my casual self in Overwatch, I can stream that, and like, you know, why shouldn't I? That was the plan. And then tonsillitis. Yeah, tonsillitis hit me hard in like the beginning of February. I set out with that plan. I streamed one time. I streamed Slay the Spire, like in the middle of the night. But one person was in the chat talking to me, and he was like, "Oh man, yeah, you should stream more, definitely. Oh, I would subscribe if you had custom emotes, like right away." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's really good. I really should stream more." And after that one stream, tonsillitis just knocked me out for literally over a month. And I'm not even 100% sure it was tonsillitis, to be honest. Because, you know, I went to the doctor, I got diagnosed, I got medicine, took all the medicine, and like by the time my prescription was over, I still felt pretty sick. Still had a cough and like a runny nose and stuff like that. And I'm like only just now getting over it, honestly. It was like February 6th that I went to the doctor. I had been sick for like 3 or 4 days already. Even now, like, obviously I'm editing out all of my coughing as I'm recording this, but even now I'm like coughing a little now and then. But anyway, just because I haven't been uploading to my own YouTube channel doesn't mean I've been inactive on YouTube. I can link a playlist of where I was teaching a friend of mine, Madrybread, to play Dwarf Fortress. Just the other day I recorded a new indie game, some gameplay with him. The game's called World of Horror. That might not be out for a few more weeks. I know he plans his schedule really far in advance, so it might be a while before that one's actually out, but it's coming. Probably. But yeah, I'll link to that. Anyway, he's a really cool guy, and you should check out the rest of his channel anyway. I think, you know, people who are interested in any, like, gameplay-related stuff that I've posted in the past would probably also be interested in a lot of the stuff on his channel. And you should also check out his series of Pokemon Challenge videos. I know that's kind of like his bread and butter right now. It's easily, like, the most popular thing he's currently making. And those are really well-made videos. They're the kind of videos that inspire me to want to upload like video game videos again, and just kind of like show me how good that kind of thing really can be when you put work into it. Anyway, you caught me here in kind of bedtime mode. I'm recording this like right before I need to go to bed for work the next day. I'm already up way too late. Anyway, yeah, keep an eye on my Twitch channel if you aren't already. I haven't streamed in a while, but I should be doing that again very soon. That's assuming I still have my Twitch channel, actually. Come to think of it, I got some emails recently, like a bunch of emails, asking to like verify Twitch logins, like from different countries, like all over the world. It's probably, you know, just like one person using proxies, but I mentioned this to a friend and they were like, "Oh, if you're getting those emails, that means they have your password. They're just trying to like verify it." Hopefully nobody is trying to like get on my channel and like, you know, chat in streams or anything. Hopefully they're not trying to hijack my channel and do like underground broadcasts, use my channel as their like pirate radio station. But anyway, yep, keep an eye on my channel and hopefully it's me streaming on there. Anyway, if you're still here after this long ass rambling update video, then thanks for watching, and stick around for whatever I'm doing in the future.